Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where every coin tells a story of American history and hidden treasure. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of modern numismatic history, the 1989 D-Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance this penny might look ordinary, but collectors know that a single small cent can hold a world of intrigue, mystery, and surprising value. Get ready because we're going to explore the history, the minting details, the market trends, and the current potential worth of this coin, which in exceptional conditions can be valued in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Liberty 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the Lincoln cent, has a lineage that dates back to 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features the beloved portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial reverse that was used from 1959 through 2008. In 1989 the Denver Mint was operating at full capacity, striking billions of coins to meet the needs of a growing U.S. economy. That year the Mint produced an astonishing number of pennies, yet certain coins emerged with unique characteristics that today make collectors sit up and pay attention. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark located just below the date, has a reputation for high-quality strikes, but small imperfections, double dies, and unusual planchet errors can occur. These rare misstrikes create coins of extraordinary interest to numismatists and investors alike. For the 1989 D penny, some examples have been found with strong mint luster, sharp details, and superb preservation that command premium prices far beyond face value. Design details and what to look for. In the front you will see the classic bust of Lincoln facing right, the word Liberty to the left, and the motto "In God We Trust" arched above. The date 1989 sits proudly on the right with the D Mint mark just below. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial with the tiny seated statue of Lincoln visible if you look closely, and the inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. To a casual eye every coin appears identical, but seasoned collectors know the magic is in the minutiae. Look for crisp lettering, full steps on the memorial, and minimal contact marks. Red uncirculated coins with blazing color are especially sought after. Some collectors search for double-die obverse varieties, repunched mint marks, or unusual toning that gives the copper-plated zinc planchet a rainbow effect. These small differences can turn a common penny into a rare and valuable showpiece. Now to the part everyone wants to know, the money. Most 1989 D pennies you find in change are worth 1 cent. However, high-grade examples certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can bring strong premiums. In mint state 67 red, prices can range from hundreds to even several $1,000s depending on eye appeal and bidding competition. Exceptional specimens with virtually flawless surfaces and full red color have been reported in the market at values soaring into the high five figures. Some celebrated sales of nearly perfect coins have stunned collectors with prices over $7,000 and even rare cases approaching six-figure territory. When extraordinary conditions and intense bidding collide, there are always rumors of spectacular discoveries, and while most everyday coins will not reach those lofty numbers, the market for Lincoln cents remains strong. Dedicated collectors pay remarkable sums for the very best coins. Current catalog guides and recent auction results show that a top-graded 1989 D Liberty 1 cent can trade in the upper thousands of dollars, and if you happen to uncover a unique error or a previously unknown variety, the sky is the limit. The appeal of the 1989 D penny lies in its mix of accessibility and challenge. Millions exist, making it easy to start a collection, but achieving a set of flawless, gem-quality coins is an adventure that requires sharp eyes, patience, and a little luck. The transition period of the late 1980s introduced copper-plated zinc planchets after decades of pure copper cents, so understanding the metallurgy and how it affects toning and preservation adds another layer of fascination. If you are searching through rolls or jars of pennies, use a bright light and magnification to spot potential gems. Wear cotton gloves to avoid fingerprints. For any coin that appears unusually sharp, lustrous, or free of contact marks, consider professional grading. Keep records of your finds and stay updated on current auction results. The market moves with trends and discoveries, and being informed helps you capture the best value. Closing invitation: the 1989 D Liberty 1 cent coin proves that even the smallest piece of change can carry enormous history and potential. Whether you are a beginner starting your first penny folder or a seasoned collector hunting for that elusive perfect strike, this coin offers a story worth exploring and maybe even a fortune waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more captivating stories about rare United States coins, subscribe to Rare US Coins right now and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this video with friends who love coin collecting and drop a comment about your own discoveries. Your next pocket change could hold a gem that changes everything. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures sitting quietly in your change jar. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating pieces of American coinage history, the Liberty 1-cent coin, specifically the 1992 D penny. Believe it or not, this little copper-colored coin can be worth far more than its face value, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you know what to look for. The story of the US 1-cent coin goes back to the late 18th century when the fledgling United States needed a small denomination currency that everyone could use for daily transactions. Over the years, designs have changed from the classic large cent to the familiar Lincoln cent we use today. The 1992 D penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. But what makes some 1992 D pennies extraordinary is a subtle design change that was just starting to appear in the early 1990s. Here's where it gets exciting. Most 1992 pennies were struck with the wide AM reverse, where the letters A and M in the word America have a noticeable gap. But a tiny number were mistakenly struck with the close AM reverse intended for the following year's proof coins. The Denver-minted 1992 D close AM penny is one of the rarest and most valuable modern Lincoln cents. First, look at the reverse side of the coin. In the word America, check the spacing between the letters A and M. If they are nearly touching, you might be holding a close AM variety. Also examine the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial. On the close AM, the G often has a sharper design. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting to be sure. Because so few of these coins were struck, collectors are eager to find them. When one appears at auction, it sparks intense bidding wars. In top condition, verified by professional grading services, a genuine 1992 D close AM penny has sold for astonishing amounts. High-grade examples can reach market prices approaching or even exceeding hundreds of thousands of dollars. Reports show some sales pushing well into the $20,000 to $30,000 range for coins in slightly lower mint states, and the most pristine specimens can go dramatically higher. The coin market changes all the time, influenced by collector demand, precious metal prices, and economic trends. As of the latest market data, circulated 1992 D close AM pennies can still bring hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on grade. Uncirculated coins certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC can skyrocket far beyond that. Serious collectors have been known to pay extraordinary sums, well into six figures, for the finest examples. Tips for collectors and treasure hunters: if you want to find one of these valuable coins, start by searching your old penny jars, inherited collections, and even pocket change. Visit coin shows and reputable dealers, and learn how to authenticate and grade coins. Always verify with professional grading services before selling. Be cautious of counterfeits. The difference between a regular 1992 D penny and the rare close AM variety is small but critical. The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main facilities of the United States Mint. The Lincoln Memorial design was replaced in 2009 with the Lincoln Bicentennial Series and later the Union Shield, making the Memorial Series a true collectible classic. Even common 1992 pennies are mostly copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams. The next time you're sorting through change or an old coin album, keep an eye out for that special 1992 D close AM Liberty 1-cent coin. A simple penny could turn into a life-changing discovery. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about rare and valuable coins. Here on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into the world of the Liberty 1-cent coin, focusing on the fascinating 2005 D Mint issue and exploring why this humble coin can sometimes be worth far more than its face value. If you are ready to learn how a single cent can become a prized collectible, Stay with me because this episode is packed with details you won't want to miss. The Liberty 1 cent design traces its roots to the early days of the United States Mint. The original concept of portraying liberty on the nation's smallest coin was meant to represent the young country's ideals of freedom and independence. From the earliest large cents of the late 1700s to the beloved wheat cents and the modern Lincoln series, the idea of liberty has always been central to American coinage. Over the decades, changes in design, metal composition, and minting technology have created an incredible variety of collectible pieces, and the 2005 Lincoln cent is a modern link in this historic chain. Minted at the Denver Mint, the 2005 penny may seem common at first glance. Millions rolled off the presses, each one featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But collectors know that even a common date can hide spectacular rarities. Coins struck with perfect dies, examples that have never entered circulation, or coins with striking errors can command impressive premiums. Denver Mint issues often show sharp details and rich luster when preserved in high grade, and that is where serious value begins. When evaluating a 2005 Liberty 1 cent, condition is everything. A coin graded mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can be worth dozens of times its face value. Coins with vibrant red coloration, minimal marks, and a strong strike are especially sought after. A single small scratch or dull brown toning can drop the value dramatically, so careful handling and proper storage are essential. Right now, pristine 2005 cents can sell for a few dollars in mint state, but rare errors or ultra-high-grade examples have been known to fetch hundreds or even thousands at auction. Some dramatic double dies, off-center strikes, or coins with missing elements can reach extraordinary figures. Collectors keep a close eye on auction records because the market moves with demand, and a single headline sale can spark a rush of interest. You may have heard stories of pennies selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Those cases usually involve extremely rare early dates, spectacular minting errors, or coins with a unique historical pedigree. While an ordinary 2005 cent will not reach the mythical figure of hundreds of thousands of dollars, the thrill of searching for a hidden treasure keeps collectors checking every pocketful of change. Finding a flawless example or a dramatic error could still mean a significant payday. If you are hunting for valuable 2005 cents, start by looking for uncirculated rolls from banks or old collections. Use cotton gloves to avoid fingerprints, and examine each coin under magnification for errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. Store your finds in archival holders to preserve their color and luster. Keep track of market trends by following reputable auction houses and coin forums. Beyond market prices, every Liberty 1 cent coin is a tangible piece of American history. It connects us to the ideals of freedom and democracy that inspired the nation's earliest coin designs. Holding a well-preserved Lincoln cent is like holding a tiny work of art that reflects more than 2 centuries of craftsmanship and symbolism. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2005 Liberty 1 cent, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent coin, focusing on the 2013 Denver Mint issue with the D Mint mark, a piece of American change that hides an incredible history and can be worth far more than face value. Let's start with the legacy of the Liberty 1 cent design. The 1 cent coin, better known as the Lincoln cent, has carried the proud image of liberty and Abraham Lincoln since 1909, but its roots stretch even further back to the earliest large cents of the late 18th century. Collectors treasure this coin because it represents both America's artistry and its everyday economy. The 2013 Mint Liberty cent continues that tradition, struck at the Denver Mint with precision and a classic copper-plated zinc composition. At first glance it seems like an ordinary penny, but the stories behind it can turn an everyday pocket find into a collector's prize. Why is the 2013 Liberty 1 cent so interesting today? First, mintage numbers. More than 2 billion of these coins rolled out of Denver in 2013, but only a fraction remain in pristine uncirculated condition. Coins with strong strikes, deep red luster, and no marks are the ones that command attention. Collectors and professional graders look for coins with that perfect brilliant finish, and that is where the real value begins to climb. Now let's talk money. A regular 2013 D Liberty cent is obviously worth 1 cent in circulation, but in the coin market condition is everything. Mint state examples graded MS-67 red have been known to bring hundreds of dollars at major auctions. Exceptional specimens graded MS-68 red have pushed values far higher, sometimes flirting with several $1,000s when two determined bidders square off. Rare die varieties or coins with dramatic errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or strong repunched mint marks, can send prices into the stratosphere. Some spectacular error coins have shocked collectors with prices that reach well over $10,000, and certain headline sales have approached the $700,000 mark when multiple factors align to make a once-in-a-lifetime piece. The market today remains hot for modern cents in top grade because collectors want the finest known examples for registry sets. As of this year, dealers report strong demand with premium prices for coins certified by PCGS or NGC at MS-67 and above. A coin that might look like a simple penny to the untrained I could realistically trade for hundreds or even thousands of dollars if it has blazing red color and flawless surfaces. Keep your eyes open. That handful of change from the grocery store might hold a gem. Let's take a moment to appreciate the artistry. The obverse carries Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The reverse features the Union Shield, symbolizing Lincoln's role in preserving the United States. The D mint mark just below the date proudly announces its Denver origin. Small details like sharp rim edges, crisp lettering, and vibrant copper sheen separate an ordinary coin from a standout treasure. So how can you find one of these valuable 2013 D Liberty 1 cent coins? Start by carefully checking every penny that passes through your hands. Use a magnifying glass and a good light source. Look for perfect surfaces, strong red color, and any unusual marks or doubling. If you think you found a special piece, protect it immediately in a non-PVC coin holder and consider professional grading. Certified coins almost always bring stronger prices and attract serious buyers. Investors and collectors know that the modern Lincoln cent market can be unpredictable, but the thrill of the hunt is part of the fun. Imagine paying 1 cent for a coin that eventually sells for hundreds, thousands, or more. Stories like these are what keep enthusiasts searching every roll of pennies and checking every coin jar. Before we wrap up, remember that the value of any coin depends on condition, rarity, and collector demand. Market prices can change, but the 2013 D Liberty 1 cent remains a fascinating piece of modern American coinage with exciting potential. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin proves that even the smallest denomination can carry a big reward. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent 2013 D Mint coin. If you enjoyed learning about its history, hidden value, and current market trends, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent coin, an American classic that collectors everywhere are searching for. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this video will reveal how a humble penny can hold a fortune, with some examples reaching a staggering market value around $779,331. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent that could be worth nearly $800,000. Let's explore why these coins are so valuable, what to look for, and how you might find one hiding in plain sight. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often known as the large cent, was first struck in the late 18th century and became a cornerstone of American coinage. From its earliest issues in 1793 through its various designs, including the draped bust, classic head, and the beloved matron and braided hair types, this coin reflects the birth and growth of the United States itself. Each change in design marked a chapter in American history, the young nation finding its identity, the expansion westward, and the rapid development of commerce. Collectors love these coins not only for their age but for the stories they carry, stories of trade, industry, and everyday people who once carried them in their pockets. If you have an old coin collection or simply a jar of pennies from a family attic, pay close attention. Liberty 1 cent coins are larger than modern pennies, often about the size of a current half dollar. Look for Lady Liberty's profile on the front with intricate hair details and the classic wreath on the back encircling the words 1 cent. The dates are crucial. Coins from the 1790s and early 1800s can command the highest prices, but even later examples from the mid-19th century can be valuable, especially if they're in fine condition or have rare minting errors. Some standout years include the 1793 chain cent, 1794 Liberty cap, and the 1804 draped bust, each of which can fetch incredible sums at auction. Even coins from the 1830s and 1840s with rare die varieties or double strikes can surprise collectors with their worth. Condition is king. A well-preserved coin with crisp details can increase in value exponentially compared to a worn example. Now for the part everyone loves, the numbers. As of 2021 and continuing into today's market, certain Liberty 1 cent coins have been documented selling for eye-popping amounts. High-grade specimens, especially those with unique minting quirks or pristine surfaces, have achieved sales around the current market value of roughly $779,331. Average collectible pieces might range from a few $100s to several thousand depending on year, rarity, and grading. Prices fluctuate with demand, but the trend for top-tier Liberty 1 cent coins remains strong, making them a solid investment for serious collectors. If you think you have one of these treasures, handle it carefully. Never clean the coin, as that can drastically reduce its value. Store it in a protective holder and consider having it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Keep an eye on reputable auction houses and coin shows to see how similar coins are performing on the market. Even a single discovery could change your financial future. The Liberty 1 cent coin is more than a piece of metal, it's a link to America's early days and a symbol of enduring value. From a simple cent to a collectible worth hundreds of thousands, these coins prove that history can literally be found in your pocket. So start searching, stay curious, and remember to share your finds with our Rare US Coins community. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins.